A Christian reflection on obsession, lost potential, hijacked souls, and the cost of one bad wish.
Spoiler warning, this review goes into detail about major plot points, character fates, specific scenes including deaths, and the overall tragedy and ending implications. If you haven't seen Obsession yet and want to experience it fresh, pause here. Watch the movie first, you've been warned. Dog Day Mafia.
Hey there, Dog Day Mafia. This is Dog Day coming at you straight from the shadows. You know me, orange fur, steady eyes, the one who keeps the crew together when things get dark in these poppy playtime streets. In the family, we handle business. We make moves for the people we care about, guns in hand, loyalty thicker than blood. But even a guy like me, who's seen what desperation and bad choices can do, wasn't ready for what Obsession threw at me in the theater. This 2026 Blumhouse joint, directed by Curry Barker, starring Michael Johnston as Bear and Inda Navarette Killin, it in that dual role as Nikki. It started slow, built quiet, then slammed from 10 to 100 like a hit gone wrong. Left me shocked, left me sad. And as a Christian walking this life, it hit me straight in the soul about the sanctity of life, the horror of lost free will, and how one selfish wish can bury everyone around you. Let me lay it out for you from the jump, the way I see it after sitting in that seat processing the whole thing. Dog Day Mafia. The movie opens grounded, no big fireworks. Bear's just a regular kid working at a music store, carrying a torch for his coworker Nikki. Their vibe is awkward, real, like that slow tension you feel when you want something bad, but no pushing too hard could break it. The film takes its time, letting you settle into their small-town world, their dreams, the quiet cracks in their friendship. It's that 1 to 10 build I mentioned. You start rooting for these kids, seeing the potential in M, no rush, no supernatural nonsense yet, just life, the way it grinds before the real storm hits. Then Sarah enters the picture. She's the bright spot, the healthier path Bear could have taken. She's got fire, got plans. In one scene that sticks with me, she's just learned about her enrollment acceptance, doors swinging open to a real future, the kind that makes you believe in something better. She's in the car with Bear, Sharon, a genuine moment, no strings, no forced obsession, real connection, potential radiating off her like a fresh start after a long night on the job. And then smash, smash. Smash, it's over in seconds. Nikki, or whatever's wearing her, comes out swinging, and Sarah's gone, just like that. Brutal, pointless. That hit me harder than most screen violence, and I've seen plenty in my line of work. As someone who's done enforcing for the family, I know what sudden death looks like. But Sarah's end wasn't business. It wasn't even her fight. It was collateral from one man's selfish desire. All that promise, her enrollment, her future, the good she could have done, wiped out because Bear couldn't handle rejection. Walking out the theater, that loss of potential gnawed at me. In the Christian faith I hold on to, even in this life, every soul is God's handiwork. Fearfully and wonderfully made, like the good book says. He's got plans for prosperity, hope, a future, not to cut it short in a jealous rage. Seeing Sarah's light snuffed out reminded me how fragile it all is. One bad move, one unchecked want, and futures vanish. It ain't just sad. It's a tragedy that echoes the broken world we navigate every day. Bear's the spark that lights the fuse. Desperate after thinking Nikki might slip away, he picks up this one wish willow stick, some creepy supernatural gimmick. In a moment of weakness, he wishes for her to love him more than anyone. Sounds harmless in the moment, right? Like a shortcut when you're scared of losing what matters. But that wish don't play clean, it twists. What starts as forced affection turns into full possession. The magic don't just amp up Nikki's feelings, it hijacks her. The real Nikki gets locked inside, while this obsessive shell takes the wheel, acting out the wish's violent version of love. The slow burn works because you're invested by the time it ramps up. The romance sours, unease creeps in, then the last act detonates, body horror, chases, emotional wreckage, from 10 to 100 no breaks. That whiplash mirrors how quick life can flip when you open the wrong door. One wish, one sin, everything unravels. The real gut punch, the scene that's been rolling around in my head since I left the theater, is that sleep scene, not the surface-level creepy stuff. The one where the wish-controlled Nikki is basically dormant, like the entity's Tarkin arrest. Bear's there, and suddenly the real Nikki breaks through. Her voice comes out weak but desperate, begging him to kill her. She's trapped, fully aware of the horror her body been doing, the violence, the destruction, Sarah's death. She can't control it. The wish has her on lockdown, suppressing her will, using her like a puppet for Bear's entitlement. She pleads for death, as the only escape from Bane, a prisoner in her own skin. That moment didn't fully click for me right then, even knowing the stick was magic. The shock of her voice, the raw pain, Bear's lame response, it hits too fast. He basically asks why Bane with him is so bad, missing how deep the torment runs. Only later, reflecting on it, did the full picture settle. This ain't Nikki choosing anything. It's the wish in total control, overruling her God-given free will. She's conscious, suffering, watching herself become a monster. As a Christian, that cuts deep. Our faith teaches life is sacred. Suicide is self-murder, rejecting the gift God entrusted to us. But Nikki's plea ain't a calm, willful decision in normal times. It's a cry from someone whose soul is Bane, hijacked by dark forces, evil override, possession through selfish magic. In the family, we understand control. We enforce it. We see what happens when one guy's greed or fear drags everybody down. Bear's wish is like that, one desperate play for power over another person, and it poisons the whole crew. Sarah dies for it. Nikki's trapped in hell for it. Bear drowns in the consequences. The film shows how sin cascades. You open the door with a harmless wish, and darkness floods in, stealing autonomy, stealing lives, stealing potential. Inda Navarrette's performance carries the weight. She makes the two Nikkis feel real and distinct. The obsessive shell is terrifying, violent, unrelenting. But when the real one surfaces in that sleep moment, it's heartbreak. You hear the terror, the exhaustion, the longing for freedom. The body horror amps it up, showing how the wish deforms what should be good. It ain't just scares for shock. It's a visual of how evil twists creation. The slow build lets it land heavy. By the finale, you're not just watching, you're feeling the sadness of it all. From my seat in this Mafia AU life, the movie mirrors the streets. We do what we gotta for the family, protect our own, handle threats. But there's a line. Bear crossed it when he tried forcing love instead of earning it. Respecting free will ain't weakness, it's honoring how God made us. Love should be chosen, not magicked or demanded. His entitlement turned romance into a nightmare. That's the warning. In our world, one bad call can end careers, end lives, leave bodies in alleys. The film shows the supernatural version, but the human sin is the same. As a Christian holding onto faith amid the family business, I see bigger truths here. We live in a fallen world. Sin distorts God's gifts. Love becomes possession. Desire becomes destruction. Free will, that sacred thing allowing real relationship with the Creator and each other, gets trampled when we play God with other people's lives. Sarah's death screams the cost of that. Her enrollment, her spark, her potential gone. Jeremiah 29:11 talks about God's plans for hope and a future. Seeing that smashed reminds me how we grieve not just the person, but the divine purpose cut short. Nikki's plea hits on despair. When someone feels trapped by magic in the movie, by addiction, abuse, or circumstances in real life, the answer ain't in it. The faith calls us to compassion, to point toward hope in Christ. Redemption is possible even in the darkest spots. God brings light where evil tries to rule. The movie don't give easy answers or a clean redemption. It leaves you with the weight, the sadness, the moral mess. That's why it lingers. It forces reflection instead of forcing feel-good. The craft is solid. Indie budget, big impact, strong performances, atmosphere that pulls you in then punches you out. The ramp-up feels earned because the characters matter. You care about the loss. For horror fans who can stomach heavy themes, obsession, violence, body horror, suicide-adjacent despair, it delivers. But know what you're getting into. If those elements hit close, have someone to talk it through with after. Walking out, I felt the shock of that final explosion and the deep sadness of wasted lives. Sarah's moment, Nikki begging in her sleep, Bear's denial, the wish's total takeover. It reinforced why I lean on faith even when running with the family. Choices have consequences. One selfish act opens doors better left shut. But there's mercy for those who turn around. Forgiveness for the bears of the world who realize too late. Hope for the trapped Nikkis crying out. For my channel bringing this Christian take through my dog day lens means shining light even when discussing darkness. We in the AU deal in shadows, but the sun still rises. God's bigger than any wish, any syndicate, any horror on screen. If obsession stirs you up, use it. Talk faith. Examine your own desires. Are you respecting others' will or trying to force your way? Valuing life or treating it cheap when it's inconvenient? This film's a success story. Tiny budget, massive gross, strong word of mouth. But for me, It's the spiritual gut check that counts. Life is sacred. Potential is a gift. Free will is precious. In a broken world full of obsession and control freaks, we need redemption more than ever. This is Dog Day, signin off to the Dog Day Mafia with a nod to the crew and a reminder to hold the line. Stay loyal to what's right. Stay sunny where you can. God's got a plan even when the wish goes wrong. Drop your thoughts below if you've seen it. What hit you hardest? This has been my reflection on obsession from a Christian in the family. Keep it real out there, Dog Day Mafia.